start our program with our first keynote session. So we are honored to have Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin, who will be presenting a talk titled My PhD Journey at Oxford. So before we start, I would like to give a short introduction about this distinguished speaker. So Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin is a newly appointed Deputy Vice Chancellor for Student Development Affairs and Alumni at Universiti Sains Malaysia effective December 1st, 2023. So previously, he was the Director of USM Health Campus, held key position in the Biomedicine program. A prominent researcher in molecular biology and nanomedicine, he focuses on tumor gene regulation and virus genome studies, including influenza A and SARS-CoV-2. He also pioneered Malaysia's first AI-driven robotic rehabilitation services at USM. Dr. Shaharum has secured numerous grants, published extensively, and it is an active member of Malaysian Health Science Dean Council and serving as consultant in various agencies. So with that, please join me in welcoming Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin to the stage to present his talk. Let's give a round of applause.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude. Thank you very much to all of you. I can see a few of those who attended my freelance speaking a few days ago also here, which is thank you for another round of storytelling. I'm not the one who designed the title for my talk today. This is coming from Dr. Zarul. Somehow, when I received the thing, I was somewhere in the middle of, being in the office is very busy. So I just say yes without looking at it. And then suddenly, wow, my goodness, it's trimmed to degrees. Okay. Can you go to the next slide? Can I? Okay. I hope some of us still remember this. This is my dream. Okay. Being a small boy in a small kampung, isolated from. Oh yeah, this is a control. Okay. This is pointer, and the next one is okay. Okay. Yeah, this is my dream when I was in 1984. Because the title is dreaming, so this is my dream. I had a very tough time with friends and my childhood because I was born with a bit of not that top cream students in the class. Most of my friends are either autistic or with some difficulties. I just went through normal school, and being a small kampung boy, this is my dream because all the vehicle, this is our Porsche during my age. You see, even this is the car of our penghulu. Only penghulu and also headmaster use this car. Yeah, and this is the car of the manager of Mihun factory in our village. We have a lot of local factories. We have Mihun, and also Laksa. Yeah, they use this car, and this is our MP, our Yang Berhormat, Honorable, how do you say, Adun? Yes. Yes, MP lah, Member of Parliament or something. Yeah. This is the car of my atuk, my grandfather, which is a former teacher, and this is my uncle's car, and also the car that my uncle working in Pasar Malam, you know, the hawkers, the street, the night market. Okay. Okay. Huh? This side. Yes. Okay. So now, in 1993, well, just cut the story short. I joined the university finally. Of course, not to UK or US or abroad, because of my SPN was not good. I'm a second grader, by the way. I told everybody I'm second grader. I'm not ashamed of my second grader. You know, during my time, if your top student is first grader, so I was second grader. SPM grade 2. So I joined USM, and that time I tried my best to do well in my matriculation, but it doesn't work well. I had a very tough time accepting the God decision for not putting me in the medical school. 40 years later, I was put instead into the School of Biology. Yes, I'm here. Pusat Pengajian Sains Kaji Hayat. So anybody who come from School of Biology, that was my place where I sit, play, and sleep. Okay. My degree was in applied biology, majoring in biotechnology, and I didn't take any minor. Many of my friends were saying that, oh, you have to take management for minor, or you take philosophy or psychology or other science, chemistry, for example, as your major, as your minor. But I refused because I want to focus. So I did single major biology. So as a single major biology student, you have to take all papers in biology under the sun. The crawling, the plant, the zoology, you know, anything that considered biology, I have to take, including ecosystem and also ecology. And the most that I hate most is the biostatistics. As usual, because the reason why we try our best to avoid mathematics is that's why we joined biology. But suddenly there is mathematics in biology. Well, I can do a bit. I mean, manage to pass, but cannot score. Just pass, you know, like B or B plus. When I joined School of Biology, with a bit disheartened because I thought that I can do well in medicine. I was not accepted into the medical school. Okay, I'll tell you the hikmah of that things happened. When I was 48 years old, I was blessed with OKU child. My child was born with brain tumor, and I was told that he got something like 10 years to live, and he will die. So looking after a child bedridden, if I were a medical doctor, I don't think I can afford, you know, to go on with my career path. Because medical doctor, at my age, I'm supposed to be the specialist or some consultant. You have to be, you know, 24 hours in the. So when it was my 6th child, I have 6 children. you know, the first to the fifth one is okay, a normal child, but the youngest one was born with a tumor, and the tumor is inside the brain. Craniopharyngioma is the benign. It's not benign. It's not cancerous, but it is very aggressive. You know, in the coconut, when we were small, we used to eat the white things in the coconut. Yeah. In our language, we call it tumbunyo. Yeah, tumbu kelapa. And that thing is just like the tumor inside my boy. Okay, it grows based on the age, and then it keep on compressing all the important parts of the brain. Suddenly collapse. So he passed away when he was 14, detected 9 years old. So the God answer, you gave me the answer. Why, Shaharum, you are not chosen to be in the medical school? You know, I think all of us, not the mathematician and also computer scientists, when we were, you know, at school, when the teacher asked us what you want to be, what is your ambition, it's either askar, police, doctor, and cikgu. These four things. Okay. Other than that, nobody knows. Nobody say I want to be a pilot. Or nobody say I'm going to be an accountant. Nobody. Okay. So all of us want to become a doctor. Yeah. So when I was, you know, removed from the medical school list, I felt very bad, and then it is not depressed, but somewhat like into the depression. Alhamdulillah, one of my senior, our former dean of biology, Amirul Ashraf, Datuk Amirul Ashraf, he was my senior, 2 years senior. He came to me, Shaharum, come, I want to show you the more interesting things, the better one than medical school. So he brought me into this area, the biotechnology. He showed me how he ran DNA in the electrophoresis gel. He also showed me his sequencing result, and then he showed me also how he can manipulate the genes. And then also he showed me all his experiments. He was doing master's program that time. During our period of, you know, time, there is no fast track. Everybody in the university, first class or second upper or second lower or third class, if you want to do PhD, you have to do a master's degree first. You cannot do direct PhD during my time. But now, all of a sudden, you are very lucky if you got 4 flat or second class upper, or at least second class upper with distinction, good final year project. You can apply for fast track PhD direct, which is good for the people now. Okay, so now this is the film by Steven Spielberg, I think. Yeah, Steven Spielberg, one of the famous Hollywood filmmaker. And I think all of you know Jurassic Park. So this is the fantasy that we used to have in 1993. Remember, this is the fantasy out of no scientific proof. Okay? A scientist who managed to isolate DNA, ancient DNA from dinosaur, which is embedded in mosquitoes, and this mosquito was actually solidified, you know, frozen in amber. You know, amber is something, it's like lava, but it goes into the minus 200 degree, so it becoming like a stone. So the DNA was preserved 100,000 years, for whatever, how many years. And then he managed to isolate the DNA, you know, just suck it out from the insect, and then manipulate, you know, the genetic engineering, okay, and then put the manipulated genome into the process what we call somatic cell nuclear transfer. Remember, Dolly the clone was born in 1996. It is not 1996. But the idea that he, you know, put it in whatever settings the Hollywood has is so real that he basically implanted the genome into embryo of reptiles, you know, and further produce, you know, the baby of T-Rex. And you know what is the rest of the story. This this is fiction. Why? Because it is not being tested yet. It is all in a storytelling. You know, like we are talking about Nenek Kebayan or well, you can study the Shakespeare things. You know, I don't know. So. I have to push to you. The basics of genetic engineering is that how you isolate the DNA, whatever DNA that you want. For example, you want brilliant genes or whatever genes that you want. You isolate the gene, and then you manipulate in a special way. It's a very long process, you know, and then after that propagate. You can propagate, and then after you propagate it, and then you put in a host, and this host can be varied. I think we are very famous. I think all of us, people start talking about because of COVID-19, everybody knows mRNA vaccine. Okay, mRNA vaccine is actually a genetically engineered vaccine. Okay. I still remember when I was, at that time I was not the director of Health Campus yet, but I was working with influenza virus. I was working with influenza virus since 1994 when I was working in veterinary services, because influenza, the bird influenza, the H5N1, has already been mutated, becoming H1N1. From birds, they somehow they can also infect human. So in 1990s, influenza A only, you know, infect birds, ayam, you know, all the birds lah, itik, everything, the ducks, everything. In 2001 and above, they start coming to human. We call it zoonosis. Okay, it's becoming zoonotic diseases. The KKM people start looking for, where is the veterinary people? Okay, I put up my hand. They have to work hand in hand with the veterinary research people, because the influenza virus from birds is now going into human. And things are getting worse when H1N1 mutated a few, you know, variations more, and start to produce H2N9, H2N7, and start to go into every single organisms, into swine, you know, apa nama ni, sesama babi, khinzir, and then Nipah virus. I think all of you have heard Nipah virus. There used to be misplaced with Coxsackie, which is not correct, Nipah virus. So it was haywire that time. And I was with Dr. Azabi Tamin, one of prominent NIH, CDC, Atlanta scientist. He's a Malaysian, but he worked with CDC, Atlanta. he is basically in charge of virology section, and because he's a Malaysian, he was sent from US to Malaysia to become like coordinator between the Malaysian government and also the CDC Atlanta, because you know, the WHO need every single country in the world being connected with them so that they can control. So, cut the story short, mutations, you know, of virus from influenza virus going into what we call known as SARS-CoV-2. Okay, SARS-CoV-2. Firstly, SARS-CoV-1, but SARS-CoV-1 it was only MERS. The MERS, the one that appear in the Middle East, where people came back from Hajj, start showing respiratory problem, but that one was a bit well, not that notorious. But when the SARS-CoV-2 comes out, so it become COVID-19, then it is known the whole world, and people start talking about vaccination. Okay, and then I think the company produced the mRNA vaccine. So that is the story of genetic engineering. Okay, there you are. Okay, okay, hang on, another time. Okay, so this is in 1996. We still remember this. Okay, Dr. Ian Wilmot and also Keith Campbell, they were a group of scientists, some of them embryologists, some of them cellular biologists, some of them also veterinarian. They are working with what we call Dolly the clones. I think everybody knows this this story. Okay, in 1996, you see, before 1996, human life is produced only by fertilization. You have sperm, okay, you have sperm, and you have oocyte, telur, oocyte, and then you do in vitro fertilization, okay, and then produce embryo, janin, embryo, and then after that you transfer into surrogate mother. Okay, this is normal, normal, because you have sperm, you have oocyte, you have from father, mother, and then produce embryo, and then transfer into surrogate mother. That is normal, allowed by Ustad and also any religious. But Dolly the clone, it was not from embryo coming from fertilization. It is actually coming from the nucleus coming from Dorset ewe, fin Dorset ewe. Okay, taken and then put in the petri dish, and then they take the egg donor from blackface, the Scottish blackface, just to make sure that it is not, you know, in the viva, the examiner will ask you, oh, it's because you take the same white face, and white face you can produce white child. So they take the black one. They take the black one. So they remove, you know, the cell from the adult Scottish blackface, and then put the nucleus from this lamb and from this animal, and then fuse in the fusion, and then fertilize. Okay, they fuse it using electric pulse. Ian Wilmot did 266 times this experiment. They exposed the mixture of the cell 266 times, and the 267 it appeared to produce embryo. Okay, and then put in the surrogate mother and produce Dolly, and this Dolly is actually cells from mammary gland. It is not from, you know, embryo. It is from mammary gland. It's just like you go to Dr. Zaru, just pinch him on the skin, and did this and produce another Zaru. sitting here. Is it? This technology is called somatic cell nuclear transfer. And that time, this is wrong. This is wrong because you are trying to playing God. And then after that, I still remember my lab was confiscated. The people from, at that time, there is no JAKIM yet. That time they have BAHIS, Bahagian Hal Ehwal Islam, Jabatan Perdana Menteri, now known as JAKIM. So they came to our lab and then check, what are you doing here? Oh, we are doing splitting. I was a scientist there. Well, as a molecular biologist, I have to do many things. Virus also one side, and also I have to assist the national breeding policy, which is actually we are producing our Mafriwal, the Malaysian Frisian Sahiwal now. Charolais kan. All the big animal now we produce is actually coming from the national breeding policy. We tried to produce lembu, but it doesn't work. With a very long story also, that thing. So this is the thing that the genetic engineering that we have in our area, and then this is also there are many kind of methods how you can manipulate genes. This one is using adenovirus. If you still remember, when we take AstraZeneca vaccine is using adenovirus. Okay. Pfizer, they are using naked mRNA. So this is AstraZeneca vaccine. The method, this is how they engineered the gene inside. Actually, the genes can be put into our body many ways. This method, they use virus. Why they use virus is because virus know how to silently infect our cells. Okay. The easy things to understand is the HIV virus. Okay, HIV virus, they are silently can go inside our body. Okay. So this is my family when I was, I'm telling you, when I was doing my PhD, I had already 3 children. So for those who have big family doing your PhD, we are the same. Okay? And I bet you are going to be the Deputy Vice Chancellor as well in the future. I pray for you. Somewhere in the Middle East or in Beijing, somewhere. This is my wife, very supportive wife. In England, she's a satay maker. Yeah. You see, I think we all share the same problem lah. I mean, being in the UK is very expensive. And that time, £1 was about 7 ringgit. I brought 10,000 ringgit. I just get like 1,200 pounds sterling. And the cost of my apartment monthly is 800 pounds. You know, in England, 3 children, you are not allowed to stay in one room, in one bedroom house. You are not allowed. You know what does it mean? In Malaysia, you can hidely, slow go. And in England, you cannot do that. You see? So my wife has to start her business, selling satay. And the money that we collected when we were 4 years in England, we bought a house in Malaysia. Just imagine how much money we made. So I am busy with my PhD. So my wife is busy with his business. Okay. This is my first daughter. Now is an English teacher in Kelantan. My first boy, Muaz, he's a police officer, and my second daughter, now a religious teacher, Arabic teacher. I have another 3 children. When I was in England, no conceivance. I cannot get any child when I was in England. I think due to too stress. So, for those who doing PhD here in Malaysia and you manage to get get children, your stress is good. I mean, you have no stress. You need to take more stress. I tell you what, I was not very lucky because I was my PhD student, my supervisor. I was blessed with a female supervisor, and female supervisor, it's very tough. Yeah. I know, and I'm telling you the truth. If she get cross with even the cat of her dog at home, she came to the office with dull face, and then I have to, my supervisor told me, Shaharum, every morning, 8 a.m., I want to see you to see the result. So I have to be in front of her room. Luckily, he got pregnant. She got pregnant, yeah. She got pregnant. So I have a very ample time for 9 months, So I was hoping that my God make her pregnant again. Please. My supervisor, Professor Elena Klinova, she is now with breast cancer and lung cancer, stage 3, but still surviving with chemotherapy at Essex. Already retired for 10 years. My supervisor is older than me when I joined the group. We have 7 PhD students. This is my group. I was looking, no white hair. I used to make a joke that I was born blonde. Yeah. So this is part of my old time. Just to console myself. You can see here Ayman. Ayman is from Egypt. This is, I couldn't remember his name, he's from Israel. He always chasing this guy. Jisya chasing him. Igor is our postdoc from Russia. Steve is our storekeeper. Julian Sigo is actually my collaborator. He is actually the expert working with flies. Drosophila melanogaster, the flies that we used to study. This is Abigail, my senior, 1 year senior. She took 8 years to finish PhD. In Oxford, you can get PhD up to 10 years. I think here also you can get maximum 10 years. And Abigail, Viva was a week. Yeah, you go morning today, finish in the evening, come back tomorrow, continue for 7 days. Viva. My Viva was 7 hours. Start at 10 o'clock morning, finish around like 5 o'clock p.m. It was Ramadan and winter. You know winter? Winter means Maghrib is around 3 o'clock. Yeah, so 3 o'clock you can break your fast already because it's already dark. So we went through the Viva, finished at around 5 o'clock p.m. After the Viva, I walked for 2 kilometers without knowing where I was walking to. That's the shows the stress that I had during my Viva. And during our Viva, you have to wear the special dress. We call it sakfax, with the bow tie, everything with the gown, the Oxford gown. That is the ceremonial things that they are still having until now. And in Malaysia, only USM have some similarities in terms of the gown. That's why USM gown looks very nice compared to other gown. Sebab our gown is more having the texture, everything, the structure is like British. So this is our group. This is the degree. So in Oxford, they didn't put you graduate as biochemistry or genetics. They wrote the work that you had done. Why? You know why? Because my original title for my PhD was on aging, but the experiment just didn't get it through. Skew, every single thing. Every time I went and see my supervisor, the normal answer was like, okay, I don't know what is the answer to your problem. Well, I have my PhD 10 years ago. Okay, now it's yours. So, try to prove. No, we have a problem. Whenever we did a gene detection and protein detection, we always get double detection. So I tried to mutate so that we can remove one. And it doesn't work. The same result coming out. Then in Oxford, the good things about being in good university is that you can go and see many people. You see, at 10 o'clock we have gathering at 7th floor, the ugliest building in Oxford University, at the biochemistry tower. There is a cafe, and in that cafe, 10 o'clock, all professor or the Nobel laureate, they are going to sit down there. And they are very nice to foreigner. I think if you go and speak to any Englishman, they will treat you well. I don't know why, but they always like that. That's why they can conquer the world. They speak well. Behind, we do not know. So, in the cafe, I was only with black hair. Others are blonde. So many of the senior professor came to me. Oh, how are you? How are you, dear? How are you from Nepal? They were thinking that I'm a Nepalese. The Gurkhas army look like me. So they thought that I'm a Gurkhas. So no, I'm from Malaysia. Oh, Malaysia, yes. You came to Malaysia, yes. And then some of them, very big professor, they give ideas. So I asked them I showed them the problem, and then maybe it is because of the dimerization. The genes that you are looking produce dimers. Maybe you mutate one, the other one is ready to cover. I just go back to my lab and try the experiment to show to my supervisor that this is actually dimer. Then she was like jumping up and down because she was believing her theory for the past few years, saying that it is not a dimer, it is an intact protein. So all these things, the up and down when you do science, computer science is also science, although it contains a lot of mathematics, everything, it's also science. There is a reason why. That's why for the supervisors, all the senior professor and also new professor, if the student PhD, skewed, cannot get what you are what you have in the theory, it's fine. Because the first theory of DNA was not looking into DNA, it was protein. Linus Pauling, if you still remember, very prominent scientist in America, he proposed the theory of DNA, which is actually protein. And then it was proven wrong by Watson and Crick. And Watson and Crick, that time, he was, J.D. Watson is British. No, it's American. Professor Crick is the British. And Professor Crick was looking at the photo produced by Miss Franklin's, if you still remember, the nice-looking lady, the one that passed away due to cancer because of the too exposed to radiography. She is a radiographer, Rosalind Franklin, the postdoc of Professor Crick. And that time, when she showed, the structure of DNA, the electrocardiogram or whatever, they have it, the X-ray picture, nobody knows what it is. Watson and Crick sit down and postulate and propose the structure of DNA that continually has been proven as a DNA structure. They won a Nobel Prize. Rosalind Franklin won also the Nobel Prize, but a little bit, a few years back later, was included into the trio. So what is actually the story behind here? Science is a very dynamic area. This is very important. Anything that you believe now, it is not necessarily going to be correct now. Maybe in the future, it's different. You look at the cars just now. Nobody knows that now, Mercedes, they are using water to run the engine. You know? So now after this, oil is going to be, is no longer going to be a fuel, the favorite fuel for the car. This is when I was a lecturer with my students. They are all now big people. This picture was taken like 10 years ago when I was a normal lecturer. You can see that I was a bit skinny, and then as usual, the office is mess. Yeah, I don't have time to make it clean. I know that Dr. Zaru has a very nice, neat desk. I just giving my assumption. Okay, I never been to his room, but I can predict from looking at his face. I know he's a very neat person. Okay, so the dream that I have in 1980 something was proven in 1999. Okay, it was not a very straightforward story. It sounds like I had a very nice time, but indeed it was a very tough time for me. If I was given another chance to go and do PhD, I will not do it in Oxford. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin, on the inspiring talk. Before you leave the stage, we would like to invite Dr.
Yeah, I can take questions, no problem. Yeah.
Is there any questions that you would like to?
Maybe I
Dr.
already
Shaharum
offended
Shamsuddin?
a few of the supervisor here. Sorry lah. I mean, the problem with my supervisor is that she has too many PhD students. So she has no time to entertain me. So I have to be really, really independent. And I have no time for her also. Come on, I have 3 children. And they are swarming around. If I don't take them, into school, they are going to be run over by the car or bus. And it's just like Malaysia. Malaysia without the hot weather, in England. That is the difference. Okay? Other questions? You can ask. How did I manage my my time? Please do not follow me. I only the most that I go when I was in UK is Birmingham. I never been to Scotland. I never been to Wales because I have no time. I have only 3 years. By good or by it's a one-way ticket. I told my wife, this is one-way ticket. If I didn't get my PhD, I will not go back to Malaysia. I will be a worker in Tesco or somewhere, forever, until the immigration deport me. You see? So it was actually a very tough time.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. That is, at any point did you think that your family is also compromising for your PhD?
To tell you the truth, I have a very not only beautiful wife, but also a very understanding and a person who stick to the promise that she promised me 10, 15 years before. You see, when she agreed to become my wife, she said that I will follow you everywhere you go, not to the hell, but I will stick to whatever things you do. I will do my things, you do your things. Well, in terms of intellect, the degree, my wife got 2nd class upper. During my time, sir, nobody got 1st class. USM only got 1 or 2 1st class, but it's coming from computer or maths. Biology, nobody got 1st class. The best student is 2nd class upper, Dr. Keong Suntik. He is now the head of Roche dekat Hong Kong. So she's supposed, my wife is second class upper. She's supposed to go and do. I am second class lower, but she said to me, "You are the head of family. You go. You can do it." So she supported me. I managed to get scholarship triple times. I told you, I have 3 times. The first one is in Japan, but when I was about to go, the earthquake came. You know, the earthquake happened in Japan. When I saw the offer letter, the emblem, the logo of university is volcanoes. Kagoshima University. You Google Kagoshima University. The logo of the university is volcanoes. So I said to my wife, no, we are not going to Japan. So I applied for another scholarship. They gave me scholarship to Manila University. The problem is they only allow 1 scholarship. You know, you cannot bring your wife or your children. I said to the interviewer, if you send me without my wife and my children, I will marry another wife. You see? In the Philippines. I'm very young, very vibrant, and very naughty. She was laughing at me, but I didn't take the scholarship finally. And the final one, the scholarship for UK, they allow the allowance for the money for children and also the wife, but still not enough. That time they give 550 pounds sterling a month. The cost of my apartment is 800. You know, that 550 is everything. Everything, your salary, your scholarship, your wife. We were very lucky because that time British still have social service. You can get free milk every day. And then, of course you go for Blue Stripe. You know Blue Stripe? You know, in Tesco, they have 2 kind of groceries. The Blue Stripe, which is Tesco produced, very cheap. 1 loaf of roti, you know, is only 19 pence. 19 cents. If you buy the gardenia, it's £1.20. So you choose. Quality is the same. It's just the color of the cover. So you choose. So we live in UK like that, Blue Stripe, we call it. I think those who still remember our Tesco here, we have Blue Stripe. So that is Blue Stripe. So anybody who went to UK for masters or PhD, you know this terminology, the Blue Stripe. So we are living in very cheap consumption, and also all the dress, everything we bought from boot sale. Boot sale. So all Malaysian, they all buy at boot sale, and it's very cheap. Yeah. So I miss boot sale. You know, in England, they sell second-hand stuff. It is not because of it is under repair. They sell it because the style is no longer there. You know, it's still very good, still can be used, but they sell it at £1, 1 to 5 pounds. I used to buy belly shoes. You know, belly shoes in Malaysia is 1,000 ringgit for £1 sterling. Yeah. So I brought the shoes to one place, you know, in Malaysia. Hilang. Disappear. So I was like, oh my God, I think I have to go to the shop and find another belly shoe. I went to the shop and said, hey, 1,000 ringgit. My God, no wonder it's gone. You see? So in England, you have a choice to choose. Okay? And I was not a bit lucky because I forgot to bring back Mercedes. Yeah, because all my friends who went to UK, after their PhD, they came back with a Mercedes. Because Mercedes over there is like 9,000 euro something. Very cheap. If you change to Malaysian ringgit, it's only like 50,000 ringgit or 90,000 ringgit. If you buy here, SPRM, MACC will come to knock at your door tomorrow morning. Yeah, you try. Zaro, you buy one Mercedes, the new one. Tomorrow, Azam Baki will call. Huh? Oh, BMW. we have a chat after this. Okay.
Do you have any other question?
Yes. Foreigner, yes. Yeah.
Someone?
You're from China?
Yeah, hi, doctor.
Yeah.
I'm very honored to have the opportunity to attend this CSPC, and thank you for sharing the story from you. And actually, I'm the new registered student here, so I was invited by my supervisor, Dr. Zaro.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have some confused with my future research journey. So, do you have any suggestion that since you have been a foreigner student in another country, right? Yeah, so I really need some suggestion that how to arrange the time during my future research journey in Malaysia or
The first thing,
yeah.
avoid the wrongdoing. You know, in Malaysia, there is a lot of chances you do the wrong things. People will ask you to give your account number. You know, this is the scammer things. During my time, there is no such things. But now, as a Deputy Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, we have caught 2 students from China where their account has been scammed, has been used by the criminal, you know, to make money laundering. Okay, they have no issues. I mean, they are innocent. They are innocent. They are not. But you know, when the police catch, they will catch you to get to the criminal. The problem is, when they catch you, you have to be in the lockup. Yeah, you have to be in the lockup. So this is not nice. So do not think, I mean, please do not cross the line. If somebody asks you to give your account number, do not give them. You only give to the certified people. Okay? And if you have any problem, you let me know. Okay, now, for future, always look at the opportunity. During my PhD, I knew already that AI assisted genetic manipulation is going to be, coming. I can see that because the first year I joined Oxford, they are doing sequencing manually. When I go to the second year, they check out the machine. They bought a new one which is automated. You know what I mean? So I realized that you need to have some, well, not all, but some computerized capability. So that time, I spent my time to go and learn some basic computer things. Well, not computer, Kubu, Pascal, I mean, the language of computer, but I learned about apps. I learned about that time how to use bioinformatics software, which is free online that time. So I spend that time to learn and relearn, so that when I come back to Malaysia, I have something to tell to people. And you have to remember, I always put in myself, you hold an Oxford degree. You know, when you hold an Oxford degree, that is a responsibility for you to show that you have the quality of an Oxonian. You understand what I mean? So that is another issue that, well, we have Oxonians who are in jail, but we are not looking into that area. The task is different. So you have to first think about the future. The second thing is that adaptation with our community and also culture. And please, to all PhD students, including Madam, you need to be aware that when you do your postgrad, supervisor is always correct, although they are totally wrong. You see? So when I saw Elena every morning for 4 years, when I saw her, smile, okay? You may have this bloody, whatever inside, but smile always, okay? That's why when she moved from Oxford to Essex, she didn't bring other students. She brought me. Why? Because she liked my style. So if you see, doing PhD is not a Nobel Prize. You need to put that in your mind. Never, so high. PhD is a story of how you create 5 to 7 chapters of your story, and you defend it well in your viva and get minor correction or major corrections. That's it. So don't put yourself in such a situation where that is the end of your whatever. Even if you fail it, for example, let's say I'm telling you I failed into the medical school because the God promised me something. If you fail this PhD or master's, must be something behind the God. So do not depress. I didn't tell you the whole story of my life. I failed my first master's. It is not fail, but I didn't manage to clone the gene. In my time, if you fail to get the genes, you fail the degree. You see? So I did my master's twice. The first master's was here. Along with Dr. Izani and also Dr. Balakrishnan. Dr. Amirul. Dr. Amirul was not a Muslim when I was a student. He was Hindu. So there are two kinds of things. So please, do not think. Stress can make the thing worse only. If you cannot think well, you're thinking of getting, whether the protein is dimer or trimer is not coming up. And your calmness, your ability to think better is very, very important for you to finish your PhD. Come on, you're not going to stay here forever. You have the most 4 years, 3 years. This government, you overstay here, they will catch you. Nobody can run away now. Every day we will catch. Because my cousin, I have many cousins working as an immigration officer. Now they cannot sleep. Every single night, raid here, raid there, and tangkap here, Every single day. I think this new Director General is doing well. So that is the thing. Okay? Okay, thank you. I have my mobile number, I have my email. Please email me. I cannot entertain all. I will be retiring June next year. Before that, chase me to whatever. You saw me jogging, stop me, you can ask. I can answer, I cannot answer. Okay? There are things that I can help. There are things that I cannot help. But I will do my best to assist. Okay? Thank you.
Before you leave the stage, Professor, thank you, Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin, on the inspiring talk. Now, we would like to invite Associated Professor Dr. Nurul Hashima Ahmad Hassin Malim, exercising the function of Dean, to present a token of appreciation to Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin.
Let's give a round of applause. And again. And a round of applause.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin. We kindly ask Associate Professor Dr. Nurul Hashima to remain on the stage for the next appreciation token.
Up next, we have a token of appreciation for our sponsor, KWSP, and the representative of KWSP, Puan Rozana Abdul Rahim. Please welcome to the stage to receive the token of appreciation. Thank you again, Associate Professor Dr. Nurul Hashima and the representative of KWSP Puan Rozana Abdul Rahim. You may take a seat. So I believe we have learned a lot of new things here from the talk, don't we, Ali?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Prof. Dr. Shaharum Shamsuddin, for sharing your inspiring journey from dreams to degrees at Oxford. Your story is a testament to how passion leads to knowledge. So, what's next, Kartika?
All right, Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the time that we are waiting for, which is the lucky draw prizes. So we have some incredible prizes to give away today, and we hope that one of you will be the lucky winner.
For that, we would like to invite Dr. Susie to the stage for to pick the first lucky number. Those with chosen numbers are required to come on the stage to collect your prizes. Please be ready and check your number.
The number is at the back, button bash. Okay, jeng, jeng, jeng. Okay, first lucky draw, 60.
Let's give a round of applause.
Okay, second number, 109.
No 109?
1092, 1093.
No.
Okay, what about 136?
Eight. Number 8. 8. 8.
81. Number 82. Number 83. None, eh? 113.
Oh, hey, Calvin. It deserves it.
One more.
That's 66.
Thank you, Dr. Suzy, for giving away those prizes, and congratulations for the entire winners. So for those who are not chosen for this round, don't worry, we still have 2 more rounds to go. So good luck for that. So an additional announcement, today we have program Outreach bersama KWSP, who is also the sponsor of CSPC 2024, to offer some services to us. So please visit them at the booth next to the registration counter during your lunchtime. So officers from the KWSP will be on site to provide those following services, which is registration of I-account, registration of I-Saran, I-Suri and I-Sayang, inquiry about voluntary contribution, voluntarily access, and product and services by KWSP. And lastly, it's about financial management. So alright everyone, it's time for our exciting poster competition. So you'll be the judges today. So remember, those stickers that you received during the registration, please stick your sticker on the poster that you love the most, and let's see who will be the one who takes the crown home.
The poster presentation will start now up till 11:40. There also be breakfast refreshments. You may take a walk around the hallway outside to vote, view, and learn from the posters set up by the students. Do enjoy the session, and please be back in the hall by 11:40.